Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us on today's webinar. For those of you who I haven't met, my name is Pablo Chacon. I'm one of the community leads here at Microsoft Security. And today we have a very special group of people and security professionals joining us to deliver this webinar. Today, we are going to be going through a day in the life of a SOC analyst, powered by security agents. This presentation is going to be delivered to you by Konrad Sagala, Ugur and Ankur Arora. Konrad and Ugur are two of our Microsoft most valuable professionals, or MVPs. This is a community of security or IT professional experts who are experts in Microsoft security products, and Konrad and Ugur are going to show the experience of how it's like to work with security agents from Microsoft Security Store. And Ankur will give us context on Security Store and the exciting and very useful solutions and agents that you and our customers can find there. This is going to be our agenda, so very little presentation. We are going to be focusing a lot more on the demos from our agents. But before we move forward, I wanted to highlight a couple of important statistics. As you can see, one of the biggest problems that we have in security is the amount of information, is the amount of alerts that our security professionals need to go through to find, to investigate, to triage, to remediate security operations. This is a statistic coming from Security Insiders, is coming from a survey in 2025, and it shows that 73 of the organizations report analyst burnout. This is very important because basically what we are trying to do with assistance of security agents is help with this, is help security professionals be more efficient, be able to do more with less, but also to be able to be more efficient at securing your organizations. This is just another statistic, this one coming from the SANS Institute, also from a survey that they circulated through security professionals in 2025. And it's just a reflection of many realities for many customers. A lot of the work happening in the SOC groups is still manual. And hopefully in today's session, we are going to show you how to change these situations and transform it into positive situations for your SOC organizations. Without any further delay, I would like to pass the mic to Ankur. Ankur, the floor is yours.
Pablo, thank you so much. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We will basically just go ahead and look at some key concepts and then the actual discovery experience of going ahead and acquiring the agents that can help us in our everyday. But before we get into that, just wanted to do a little bit of context setting. We understand the SOC is under tremendous pressure today, whether it is the annual growth that we see in log volumes, and it's literally about finding the needles in the haystack, whether it is the fact that on an average, a customer has about 80 different security tools that probably don't speak to each other, and it becomes window hopping when we want to go ahead and look at insights across these multiple tools. We also know for a fact that today it takes on an average about 72 minutes for an attacker to actually get access to data. This is typically through phishing attacks. 67%, by the way, of those phishing attacks today go ahead and leverage the power of AI. And then most importantly, these security tools are amazing, but they do a phenomenal job on the security side of the house, but they are not really equipped from a security analytics perspective. We are basically in this place where we have to really reimagine security in this new era of AI. And the simplistic way to go ahead and look at it is the layer where humans and AI meets together, where agents can actually help us, human beings. These agents can see because of data from Microsoft and all those 80 applications centralized into a data lake, where the agents can think whether it is tabular, graph, or embedding, or the MCP capabilities, and where these agents can act because of the security copilot capabilities. Now, the place for customers to discover these agents for various jobs to be done, that is the Microsoft Security Store. And we're going to be sharing all these links on how to get the store, etc. But without further ado, let me just go ahead and directly jump into what that experience looks like today. So I'm on the Security Store. This is securitystore.microsoft.com. And the first way we have figured out that a lot of customers are looking for solutions is based on standards. So let's say I go through a zero trust assessment, and as a part of the assessment, gaps are identified in my zero trust posture. Let's for a minute assume these gaps were around the detect category and let's say the continuous monitoring subcategory. So this is now a posture. I need to go ahead and find solutions that can help me with this posture. And what essentially happens is we get to see a list of highly curated and verified solutions from Microsoft and Microsoft's partners that can really help me fulfill that gap. For example, I see this amazing solution from Illumio. This, by the way, is Azure Benefits eligible. But let me read more about Illumio Insights. And what it essentially goes ahead and does is it does leverage the power of AI, and it actually helps me with unmatched threat detection right at a network layer perspective, very specifically focused on risky lateral movement detection, which is amazing. I can actually go through the videos to learn more about the solution. There are offers available that I can go ahead and consume over here, or I can request for a private offer. But then the most important thing is this solution also, through the connectors, helps me ingest data back into the lake. And then there is an agent that Insights has, the Insights agent, that helps me reason over that data. And that then takes me to the whole agent experience that we have built on the store. So this is the whole aspect of a highly curated set of agents, again from Microsoft and Microsoft's partners. Every agent comes with a description. What are the products it deeply integrates with? Let's for a minute assume that I was really looking at one specific job, which is given a defender incident, how do I go ahead and create a forensic timeline of everything that happened around that incident? And I do see an agent that does exactly that. This agent is from a partner, Glucan. This agent has been verified by Microsoft, whether it is at a code perspective, whether it is malicious content. This has passed the checks and balances, and this is available for our customers. This agent, by the way, is priced at $0. The agent does consume zero point 0.2 to about 3 SCUs per incident analysis. That's an average number. I really like this. There are more agents, but this is what I'm really focused on. I want to go ahead and get this now. And what now happens is because I'm an authenticated user, it actually understands what is my billing subscription, what are is the billing group under which I want to go ahead and procure this agent. I'm specifying I want a monthly plan. It is priced at $0. Let me go ahead and get into a confirmation place. And I'm going to go ahead and place the order. Now, what's happening as I'm placing the order is there's a validation check that's happening in the background. And this agent now is going to get provision for me to go ahead and run in my security copilot environment. So it takes a couple of minutes for that provisioning to happen, but at any point of time, I'm actually able to look at all solutions. What are the resources those solutions are deployed in, and the entire management plane that comes along with that. And sometimes it does take a little more time, but the whole idea is it's a one single consolidated view of every single solution that I have actually gone ahead and deployed through the store over here. So as we were speaking, the forensic agent, the deployment was successful. Let me go ahead and view the details. Now, since this is getting deployed in Security Copilot, we will just start using it within our Security Copilot environment. And this is ready for us to go ahead and use. We will go through a setup process. Agents will currently work on my behalf, and essentially this agent is a manual trigger. It uses very specific plugins. There's a role-based access view that has been called out. I will go through an authentication experience before I can start using the agent. Now, this agent is also available where I actually do my work, which is uh, actually on the Defender Unified Defender portal. So let me just show you that view. I did get the spelling wrong. So although our discovery started over here, we actually are going to go ahead and use this agent now every day right within the Defender portal. We could have also gone ahead and discovered this agent uh, within Security Copilot. These are all the agents that are available for setup. And agents that is currently in use is the forensic agent over here. But if I go to the Defender portal, this is where a lot of SOC analysts actually spend a large majority of their time. We now have the ability to go ahead and surface agents for Defender and Sentinel specific jobs to be done that really bring a lot of value for our SOC analysts. And these agents are right over here, ready to go. What we're going to do for the rest of our session today is I'm going to invite our security MVPs to go ahead and actually take us through the mindset of a SOC analyst and how they would go ahead and use multiple agents for their everyday jobs. So without further ado, let me first invite Ugur to come and walk us through his experience as a SOC analyst. Ugur, over to you.
Thank you, Ankur. Thank you, Pablo. Fantastic introduction and a fantastic overview of the security store. Let me start my presentation. All right, I hope this one works. Yeah, so my part, first about me. My name is Ugur Koch. I'm a security MVP and also MVP for Intune. I work at an MSP at Glocania. And one of the things that I was focusing on, we are focusing on the last couple of months, is building agents. In this demo right now, in this session, I will be focusing on two agents. The first agent will be the phishing triage agent, the first-party agent by Microsoft. And then I have a second third-party agent that I will walk through with you. Before I go into a lot of the details, let me actually show the agent itself in action. And therefore, I just prepared everything before the session. So as Ankur already mentioned, the agents are available natively in the Defender portal, right? So what I did is basically, I will also show you how the incident is getting created, how the user can report phishing, obviously. But just to walk through, here are a couple of incidents that are based by reports of users, right? So the user has selected report the email as phishing in the Outlook app or also in the web portal. And when I click on any of them, I can see a bit more details here. So on the right side, you can see that it's currently working on creating a summary and also response action. This is, by the way, all Security Copilot, so this will be triggered as soon as you open a incident, right? But if you scroll a bit further down, you also see the phishing triage agent. So this agent basically did something automatically. It analyzed all the email, the content of the email, and the content of the email is very could be very different in a lot of cases. It can be a false positive, it can be a true positive, depending on the content of the web, on the body of the email. It can be Bash, a base64 encrypted PowerShell script. It can be a link to a phishing website, right? So all of these possibilities are there. And this agent basically gives you an information, hey, this, in this case, should be a false positive. So you can go ahead and click on View Agent Activity. And then actually, let me show you the better overview, which is if you are going through, let me see, in the portal, you just click on the agents button here. and then you can select the phishing trash agent. If you have to set it up, first, you can also just go through the same process that Ankur just showed, creating the agent, deploying the agent in your environment. In this case, I already did that, so I will just click on Go to Agent. And this will open up the history of that agent. One thing that's very important is the agent, when it gets deployed, will run automatically in the background. So there's nothing for you to do as a SOC analyst in this case. It just will. So if as soon as a user in your environment reports a email as a phishing attempt, for example, it would go ahead and run and analyze the incident by automatically, right? So in this case, let's just go ahead and click on one activity. This will pull up everything here inside, but what's really interesting is the agent workflow itself. And as you can see, it does a lot of things here. It's assigning itself to a certain alert. That alert will be triggered by the user. It's very good that it's automated. You don't want to make this always manually. And then it will initiate the investigation. It will then go ahead, analyze the IP addresses, email message, and everything that's basically an asset to that certain incident. In this case, it was a mailbox and a user identity, and then we'll go ahead and analyze it, right? And then it will classify the alert. In that case, because it was just demo in my environment, luckily it was only a false positive. Now, what I didn't show you right now is this part here. This is now grayed out in my environment because this has been classified automatically as false positive. Phishing is one of the most common, maybe the most common method for attackers in attacking your environment, and you really want to filter out the false positive. So the agent will do that for you. If you think the agent is wrong, you could now go ahead and give that agent feedback, kind of a fine-tune that agent in the sense of giving it more context of your enterprise environment, right? We'll show that later on in the slides as well. So because I now have the first-party agent classifies this one as false positive, what I could do now is I could use one of the third-party agents to get more context around this issue, because this issue could be a true positive, it could be a phishing attempt, but I might need a bit more context around it. And what Security Copilot really does very well is it really has a bridge to all the other services. So it also analyzes the context around Entra ID, Purview, and all the other first-party services. So you don't have you're not restricted to only Defender context in that case. And there is a third-party agent. It's the same agent that just Ankur mentioned. It's a forensic agent. And if you go to that agent and deploy it in your environment, this is the same experience again as the first-party agent. This one will require you to run manually. There are cases you don't want to trigger this automatically. So I will just select one time. In this case, it's the incident ID 280. The 280 is just coming from the Defender portal. The ID was 280. Just typing it in, click on Submit. And the agent will now go ahead and call all the plugins that you see on the left side, Defender XDR, Shodan, Threat Intelligence, Entra ID. There are a lot of other third-party agents as well, and all of them are fantastic, and they already almost all cover a lot of different services in the Microsoft ecosystem. In this case, this agent has now been running. We can also click into this agent, click on Activity, and this will show us a bit more details around how the agent works and what it does. Currently, it queries the advanced hunting tables, for example, running KQL queries. While this runs in the background, I will show you a completed agent run, because I'm a bit of a developer and I like to see more details on what it does. As you can see in this case, the agent did finish with a summary, an executive summary. There might be cases where you want a very thorough but short explanation. Okay. That's fantastic issues. The incident details, timeline of key events, and so on and so forth, right? So it also gives you remediation actions and so forth. So that's really, really good. So the as you can see, the agents that play together, we have a first-party agent, the phishing triage agent, that runs automatically as soon as a user reports a phishing attempt. And then you can manually use a third-party agent to analyze the issue a bit more in detail. So that was the agent in action. Let's go ahead and back to the slides. So how do you actually get started? First of all, you have to use the permission role blades in the Defender XDR portal to give access to Defender for Office. So that's how the agent basically gets contacts and has been able to contact the MDO service as well, and then just to query information from there. For the user, it's very simple. Also, this can be manually configured, how the user experience will look like. But as you can see on the right side, this is what the user will have to do. It can report phishing in the Outlook app itself, but also like it looks the same also on the web portal as well. What's a bit I mean, it's really good that there are agent IDs supported for this first-party agent, and agent IDs are basically service principals where you can use least privileged access roles, right? So a phishing triage agent might not need a lot more roles than it needs for the specific use case. You don't want to give it let's say global administrator, right? Doesn't make sense. It's not secure, right? So when you deploy that agent in your environment the first time, you can either select it to create the agent ID automatically, and it will also assign the permissions automatically that's needed and required for that agent, or you can use a existing user account that could be a account that you have created beforehand yourself, could be a user account in that case as well. But I really recommend, and this is also very, very well documented in the Microsoft Learn pages, use the agent identities when available. This is a bit of an overview of the required permissions. Again, this is also very well documented. On the bottom left, you can see that we need read access to the data basics, but also to emails and collaboration. So you might now wonder how much access is that and why would an agent need that access? That's all very well documented in the Learn documents as well. So definitely have a look into that if you're interested. And as I said, the option that you have is it can assign the roles for you automatically. The trigger, also very important. As soon as you deploy it, it runs. You can definitely pause it if you want to. But the idea of that phishing triage agent, that's very much the intelligence behind that. You want it to run automatically as soon as the user reports it. It doesn't matter what time it is. You want it to be resolved automatically and worked on without you manually entering any incident IDs. So that works very well in my experience. This is also very important because an agent, this agent is very, very good in it is able, and same thing with the other agents as well, to understand your contacts in your tenant. But if you want to, you can also, if you see that the agent makes mistakes, you can classify it differently, and also you can tell it why did it change the classification, or why did you change the classification, and give it kind of feedback, and then it will learn from your feedback and apply it next time again. So that definitely helps because everyone has a different environment, and you want it to be aligned with your own set of configurations and users. With that, I would give over to Konrad. Konrad, are you ready?
Yes, of course. 1 second. I will show my screen. for identity is a very important part of protection in zero trust principles. It's first thing we should protect. So SOC team take a lot of time watching in sign-in logs or other um, information about how users are connecting to our environment. Of course, we have sometimes incidents related to strange behavior of users. We have also conditional access policies protecting our users from signing risks or the accounts risks, and we can block such users. But of course, from time to time, there are possibility that someone find in dark web credentials of one of our accounts, try to investigate how looks our tenant, our environment, and those information will be very crucial for SOC team to showing those information, investigate and find a possible attack. I have environment with Security Copilot, but there is a demo environment and there is no too much real attacks. So of course I made some simulated attacks on this environment and find out which Security Copilot agents could be helpful for resolving such problems, or at least giving some reports how our identities are managed, if we should make some improvement, harden some configuration items. So I decided to show two different agents. One is a Microsoft agent and one is third party. But first, let's start from Microsoft agent. It's still in preview. It's quite fresh identity risk management agent. It should help not only SOC but also identity administrators to better see information about risky users. Of course, to have signing risk and user risk, you need Entry ID P2 license and at least minimum security compute units to use agent. Of course, it's not a big deal, but it's good to remember about it. To configure and use it, you don't need a global administrator, you only need a security administrator to configure and security reader to show information about those risky users. And I will show it in a few moments, maybe after I will tell a few words also about the second agent. Third-party agent, I was thought that will be worth to show you. It's admin guard inside agent. Maybe it's not 100% helpful during incident investigation, but it shows some very helpful reports to present management, to show how identity is configured, what could be improved, what should be modified to better protect our environment. It also shows some anomalies, some recent steps admins made in our environment. So it also could be helpful during an attempt of attack. Those actions are related with a few Microsoft tools or systems. First of all, of course, Entry ID. If we want to show how it works, it must verify sign-in logs, audit logs, information about risk users, and of course Defender portal and Defender logs where those information are presented. And you can configure this agent in Security Copilot portal. So maybe I will go to present real environment. So I will switch to my browser, and first of all we have our Security Copilot agents view. There is this admin guard insight agent. There is also identity risk management agent. I didn't tell it, but of course my favorite agent for now, it's conditional access optimization agent, and it is very helpful during configuration and management of identity to protect our accounts. If we have some incidents related to user logons, of course we can look at specific incident, try to investigate it, and also with help of Copilot look at incident information, but we can also go directly to identity protection portal in Entra and look at our risk users. Usually you have a dashboard where there's information about attacks, about some works, but if you go directly to risk users to verify how those users looks, you after installation of identity risk management agent, you can see two different views. First is standard view, and the second is agent view, which it's focused on showing the most critical information. If big organization, sometimes there are a lot of noise related to low risk users or some other not too important incidents, but here you have focus on the most problematic users. If I go inside, I see additional information. Again, there's agent view. You have information about these users, last sign in, of course, that risky level goes up from where location this user tried to log on. If it's not directly related to your infrastructure, you can assume that it could be some attack, and this agent show you I think quite a lot of useful information The second agent, it's not directly integrated with specific admin portal like Defender or Entra, but it's managed inside Security Copilot portal. So you can go to agent details. Of course, like Ugur showed earlier, you have information about agent, what permission you need, what identities used to connect this agent, and of course also some information what Microsoft components are used during investigation. So you have some activities of this agent. You can usually it long term usage it enabled or started in each 7 days. The second investigation agent Microsoft also are triggered automatically each 7 days, but you can also start it manually. So if you start it manually, you receive manual report where you can see quite a lot of information about your infrastructure, top risks in this environment, some additional information about last seen admin activity. You can export those activities to the Excel, some additional investigation, administrative actions, high risk activities also from different users. So quite useful information, not only for SOC team, but also for management, SOC manager or CISO of organization. And I think it also could be quite useful in maybe not everyday work, but in long term to make much faster reporting of those features. I told about identity risk management agent. You can also run it manually. In agent settings, you have also additional information about how it works, what activities were performed, and it also could be very interesting. Oh, maybe there is no specific report. It's showing us everything in the portal, but it's also quite useful. I mentioned also about conditional access agent. Maybe it's not related to SOC, but as I said, it's my favorite one. It's very useful and try to help admins to protect properly accounts in our environment. So keep it in mind that additional agent should be also be used, and identity admins will be grateful for it. Okay, maybe it was quite fast, but Pablo, if you can switch to presentation and
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that demo. Let me just get back to the presentation. So thank you very much, Ugur and Konrad, for sharing your experiences with us in using our security agents. To our attendees, I see that you have a few questions. Thank you very much for your questions. If I'm not mistaken, our security experts are already providing answers. That gets us towards the end of our session today. Ankur, anything else that you would like to mention before I share some resources with our audience?
Uh, no, thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. And please feel free to reach out to us. These are amazing resources that Pablo is about to share in case you want to build your own agents or you want to explore the store. If you're coming to RSA, let us know. We would love to meet you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ankur. And as Ankur mentioned, we have these resources for everybody. First of all, for end users. We invite you to try Security Store and all the agents and solutions there. Many of the agents have trial periods, so you have the opportunity to see the benefit that they can bring to you and your organizations before committing to them. So we definitely invite you to try these agents in your environments. Next, for our partners, system integrators and development organizations, we have here a toolkit. We have here a toolkit for creating and publishing security agents in the store. If you want to try a little bit of this toolkit is going to help you take the first steps, or actually, it's going to help you guide through the entire journey of creating and publishing agents. If you have contact in our partner organizations here in Microsoft, feel free to engage with them as well. If you have questions or if you want to explore more about creating and publishing agents in Security Store. And finally, Ankur and many other of our security experts from here at Microsoft are going to be in attendance at RSA in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So we invite you to meet with them. To do that, here you have this survey that you can answer so that we can coordinate with you and hopefully, actually not me, first we are and are able to meet with you and to discuss your questions, your projects, and any other information about our security products. With that said, I want to thank everybody. First of all, Konrad and Ugur, thank you very much for your time showing your experience with our security agents to our audience. Ankur, Casey, Shogun, Emily, and everybody here at Microsoft who helped delivering this session and help answering questions for our attendees. Thank you very much as well. And our attendees, thank you very much for your time. And I want to remind everybody that next week we are hosting a similar session, but this time we are going to be covering scenarios of an identity security manager. You can register to the webinar the same way you registered to this one. You can simply go to aka.ms/security community, and you can find listed there these and other webinars in our public space that you can attend and learn with us. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye from everybody at Microsoft, and goodbye from our presenters.
Goodbye. Thank you.